Welcome, 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 everybody, to another episode of Real Talk with America's Supermom. I am excited about some wonderful guests that we are going to be having with us today. We are talking about the Funding Your Future Summit, and the hosts of this event are Anita Newsom and Tony Guy. So, we're going to get into some of the speakers. We also have a wonderful keynote speaker who will be joining us a little later, talking about how money works for women. So we're excited for you guys to be here with us this evening. Uh, Technology can be quite a challenge. So we see Brother Tony is going in and out, but the show goes on. So I am going to introduce myself briefly. I am LaChelle Adkins, also known as America's Supermom. I'm the mother of 15 children, and I am a TV producer. I help you to monetize your message and create a global impact in the world through television. So I'm excited to be here today with not only the host of the summit, but one of the producers on my channel, Keep It Real TV on Zandra TV Network, Miss Anita Newsom. So let me yield the mic to you, Anita, for your introduction.
Well, thank you so much, Lachelle. It is always awesome to be in your presence and, for you to share your platform with us. I thank you. I thank you so very much. So, as Lachelle said, my name is Anita Newsom. I am the visionary and the summit host for you for your Funding the Future. This 2024 will be on March 30th. And I am excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited for you all to meet all of the speakers this evening. We're hoping that all of them can jump in, but at least you'll get a little taste of what you have in store if you go ahead and register and be in the virtual house. And let me tell you all, we have a phenomenal keynote speaker, Kim Schooley, and we are excited to have her because this is Women's History Month, and Kim has been going around the country helping women learn how money works for them. I'm excited to have her here in the virtual house this evening as well. And as Lachelle said, I am actually one of her executive producers. My show on Zandra TV under Keep It Real TV Network is You Make a Difference TV. And we will be sharing parts of the summit and all of the interviews I've been doing with my awesome and wonderful speakers on my platform. So we're excited to be here. And I just thank you again, Lachelle.
Awesome. And so now Tony has been able to get his camera together. Let's hurry up and do an intro. Not sure, with technology. So we want to get that in before we have any other challenges. Now you're on mute, but
Yep,
the
I'm back.
camera's looking good. There you
Yeah,
go.
here we go. Hello, everybody. Tony Guy here, America's financial education advocate. So grateful to be asked to be a part of this amazing event, Funding Your Future Summit, for the second time. Woo-hoo. The first time, it was such a treat for me personally to be able to share and meet so many amazing up and coming entrepreneurs or people who had businesses and who had achieved a lot of success, or some who were just getting started. And so with year two, we've expanded a little bit, bringing in some powerhouse speakers. And I'm just very grateful to be a part of this. LaChelle, this is my first time sharing a platform with you, and I'm very honored to do that. This International Women's Month is very special to me because, hey, my mom's a rock star, and I'm working on becoming one myself. But thanks for having a great mom. But yes, I will be your co-host, and we're gonna have fun, learning, and growing together.
Love that. I love that. So you said this is your second one. So
Yeah.
did you co-host before, or did you just say, I'm going to be a little bit more involved this second time?
So, okay, so I didn't co-host, but what was I, Anita? I was a presenter,
Yes,
right?
you're one of the speakers and the presenters. Yes.
Right. So I did a section, like a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, on 3.
You did 3 workshops.
You know what? We had so
Look,
much fun. I
LaChelle,
had
right.
stopped counting after the first one.
LaChelle, look. They just blended in one after the other,
I
after the other.
love it. I love
Yeah,
it. Well,
he did
and
an
I
awesome
love the
job.
way that you just took the initiative to say, "Hey, I'm gonna have more of a leadership role." I think that's amazing. So
Well,
we're excited.
somebody elbowed me in the head a couple of times, so I can't take all the credit, but I am here.
Well, I love that. So, we do have some of the speakers that are here with us tonight. But Anita, before we get started with bringing them up and hearing a little bit about their expertise, tell us, what was it that really um, made you passionate to have um, this event?
Well, that's a good question. I appreciate you asking that, LaChelle. So, before I decided to dive right in for the last time to do my entrepreneurial journey, I burned the boat. I decided I had no way back. So I'm here now, right? Um, it wasn't easy getting started, right? It wasn't always easy because we all know one of the main things it takes to have a successful business, and that's key, is money. And then a lot of my clients that I came into knowing and working with and partnering with, because that's what I like to do with my clients, is partner with them. I don't fit myself to everyone, because I just feel, I let God lead me in those areas a lot of times. And so I found that they were having issues. A lot of nonprofits that I've worked with, and a lot of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs that were just starting out, they were having, financial issues, not only with their personal finances, but also in starting their business, expanding, scaling, and sustaining. So I was like, what would I have really enjoyed that I probably could have had numerous businesses by now, more than I do now, had I had the financial, backing that I needed. What can I do to help people that might be in the same predicament that I was? And I feel like God gave me this vision. He was like, look, you have connections, you know people that know people. So go ahead and start tapping into that and allowing other people to be blessed by it. So that's how the vision of funding your future summit came into existence. And like Tony was saying, I expect it to grow and expand beyond my imagination, as the Bible tells us, each and every year. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about this year.
I love that. And, for somebody who's watching that is like, oh, I have this idea. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to support it, if it's going to be successful. I don't have enough money, or I don't think I have enough people to help me. What word of advice would you give them about being a pioneer? Because this is something that you just started on your own. And so, what advice would you give them?
This may sound real simple, but I hear one of my coaches echoing in my ear right now. Do it scared. Do it scared. You never know how successful you will be until you try. I know a lot of people have heard stories about these, multi-billionaires, right? That started out, nobody believed in them. They tried and tried again. Edison, Thomas Edison, and creating the light bulb. He's the first one people to come to mind. The brothers, the ones that made the airplane. I can't remember their names right
The
now.
Wright brothers.
There you go, the Wright brothers. I was about to say the Smothers brothers. Like, no, that's comedy. It's wrong, brothers. That's not right. So, Walt Disney, Sam
Yes.
Walton. I think about all those stories. The guy that came up and partnered with the brothers that came up with McDonald's, right? I think
Mhm.
about all those stories of how they started and they failed and they tried again and they failed and they tried again and they failed. So, look, we got to do it scared. We got to do it scared, and don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid to fail, because that's just one way you just found out that doesn't work. That's
I
all.
love that. I love that. And, with all those names, I didn't hear very many women. So I'm so glad it's Women's History Month. We have a woman keynote speaker. And so I'm excited about
Mm,
us really raising the bar with that. So we are
yes.
going to have some of our speakers come on next, but we're going to have a quick commercial and then we'll be right back with our guests.
Are you ready to elevate your brand to new heights and make a lasting impact globally? Collaborate with You Make a Difference TV and unlock unparalleled opportunities to reach your audience.
What's coming with me into the new year? What do I want to
engage your community and make a difference on a global scale? Whether you're a business or nonprofit, our platform provides a unique space to showcase your story.
That special wall comes with the food. We definitely want.
Let's embark on a journey together to make a difference in your community and beyond. Join us and shape your future of your brand today. Reach your audience, reach your community, reach the world on You Make a Difference TV. Contact us today by emailing Anita Newsom at info@anitainthebizcoach.com or call 769-692-2745.
Awesome. You Make a Difference TV. We got to get those commercials in.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right. So I'm going to yield the mic over to you, Anita, to introduce the speakers that have joined us. So over to you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. I am excited to have some phenomenal people on this platform with us tonight, y'all. Look, in one place at one time, I thought it would never happen. I'm expecting the walls to fall in, the ceiling, because all of this in one place is just overwhelming, right? I love and I appreciate the summit speakers, and I appreciate them taking time this evening to be with us and talk about some of the gems just a little bit, y'all. I keep having to tell everybody, don't give it all in these interviews and these podcasts. Let's just share just a little bit about what you all will be sharing at the Funding Your Future Summit on March 30th. So I am going to just, tell everybody names, and then I'm going to ask the first person, the second and third to come on and share some of their sauce with us this evening. We're going to start with Dr. Taylor Eccles, because I know she may have to jump off sometime soon. So we will definitely go ahead with her. Dr. Angela, I appreciate you being here this evening. How are you doing?
I am good, Anita. How are you?
I am awesome because I am here in y'all's presence. So thank you.
I know that's right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I want you to just tell the folks a little bit about your background so that they can get a little familiar with you.
Okay. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I'm happy to be here with you all. And just a little bit about my background. I am a retired principal and educational consultant. I spent 32 years in public K-12 education. I retired in 2021 and I started my educational consulting company. And my mission and my vision is to disrupt the status quo in education and return teachers back to their love for teaching. So my target market is superintendents, principals, and school leaders. And what I do is I do workshops, professional development, keynote speaking around teacher retention. What can we do to retain teachers in this nation? Right now, we're short over 300,000 teachers in this nation, and that's not okay. Teachers are leaving not because they want to, but because they have to for their own mental, physical, and emotional well-being. So now what I do, I transition from K-12 education to being an educator in a different way, to impacting the school system so teachers can relentlessly and unapologetically return to their love for teaching. And it's not easy because every day I meet a teacher who is leaving the profession. And so in 2022, I spent that whole year writing my first book, and it's called The Disruption of Miseducation. It is not the teachers. And it talks about what happened in the educational field, why so many teachers are leaving, and it gives school leaders strategies to keep them in. So that's what I'm doing right now.
That is awesome, Dr. Angela. I appreciate you sharing some of that. So we're definitely going to come back and have you talk a little bit about how you are monetizing your book, being a speaker, being, having contracts with school districts. It is awesome. Vending events. I love all the things that you're doing. So we would definitely be right back with you to share some more of that stuff. So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, yes. So we have next Miss Veronica Black. She is another one of my colleagues. You guys, look, I brought people I know. I'm not gonna bring you all people that don't know. I know these are people that I know doing things and making moves. Okay. So Miss Veronica, I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy to have you here with me too. Okay, so go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Again, thank you for the invite. My name is Veronica Black. I am your business wellness strategist. And what I specialize in is business and grant administration services, helping you making sure that your systems, strategies, and systems are in place as you continue to grow in your business. And as we all know, we talk about the different tactics and things that you may have in your skill set in your business. But the niche that I come from is, looking at you as an individual and you as an owner to operate your business. So if you're not well, then your business won't be well. And if your business is well and you're not well, it's all for naught. And so when we're thinking about the systems, the strategies, and your system strategies, and the things that you do in the structure of your business, all of that goes hand in hand. And the thing that Anita and I kind of piggyback on is the grant part, because I do a lot with grants, and not only writing grants, but I'm familiar with or have a lot of experience with the whole cycle of grants. And so I've been in that space for over 25 years. A lot of my experiences have been on the state and government level. And it's important, people always talk about they want grant funding. But my thing is, do you have the systems, the strategies, and the structure established in order for you to do that? And so I kind of work with people to make sure that those things are in place so that you can be grant ready. And then I work with you just to, from all aspects of the whole grant cycle to make sure that you are prepared and that you can have a winning, be in more of a winning seat, because we all know that grants out there is a very competitive market, but you have to show up right. You have to show up well in order for you to put that winning application together.
That is awesome, Veronica. And like she was saying, we've actually collaborated together, to help clients to be grant ready to apply. So I appreciate you so very much. You have no idea. A lot of people think, well, sounds like y'all do some of the same stuff. Well, we don't see competition. Okay. We don't see competition. We see it as partnerships, and I appreciate you and the work that you do, and and what you give to the community that really needs the services and the things that you offer. So thank you so very much, Veronica, for being here. So we're going to go over to Mr. Herman Maroney. Are you ready, Mr. Herman?
Hey, Anita, I am ready. How y'all doing, panelists? My
Hey.
name Good. Hey.
Good.
Hello. My name is Herman Maroney III. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. And normally I tell somebody they can look at my bio because I'm on Clubhouse and you can see the bio. And so I'll just sum it up real quick. I've had the honor and privilege of amassing 7 college degrees with business, attending Berkeley, Ohio, University of New Orleans, McNeese, and other various universities and colleges, right? I've also had the honor of receiving the Small Business Administration Business of the Year Award, Governor's Award for my mentorship program. I've used capital. And what I'm going to talk about is how to amass capital, how to get capital using Shelf Corporation. I've used that capital to open up 4 CDL schools, trucking companies, staffing companies, real estate development companies, all of those things through using access to personal credit and business credit. So I'm going to get on there and I am going to instruct people on how to open up a shelf corporation and the benefits of doing so. All right. So that's it in a nutshell, Miss Anita and panelists.
Thank you. Thank you. Look, guys, look, I told y'all. I told y'all we got them here, baby. We got them here. They are bringing it. They are bringing it. So I know, like I said, Dr. Angela may have to jump off real quick. So I'm going to go to her first with a question. And basically, what we're going to be, basically talking about tonight, is just one question because we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to get on. And I don't know, LaChelle, if you can see if there's any questions from the YouTube live, maybe you can, bring those up if we have any questions that people want to, reach out to in the panelists and speakers here. So, Dr. Angela, I know you're going to be sharing at the summit. And remember, we're only going to give a little bit.
Yes.
So, because we love to give.
We give too much information.
We do. We do. So, so I know you're going to be talking a little bit at the summit about how you've been able to monetize your book. Like I said, in some of the different ways. So can you just share one of those ways that you've been successful at monetizing your book?
Absolutely. So the title of my session is Don't Let Your Book Sit on the Shelf, Monetize It. Monetize it to fund your future. And so one of the first ways that I monetized my book was my book launch. And when you write a book, a lot of times people will write a book and let it sit on the shelf. You've written the book. Now, how are you going to monetize it? And so with the book launch, you need to start at least 4 to 6 weeks before you actually have your book launch, promoting your book on social media, showing up on podcasts, posting on all different kind of websites, and showing up as an expert in whatever your book is about. Just have a buzz, and you are the person who will bring the buzz for your book. So 4 to 6 weeks, every week, at least 3 times a week, post something, do an interview, even show up at bookstores. I even did a bookstore one time before my book was actually out, and I had flyers about my book, and I had information just to promote my book. And so when you get to the day of your launch, you've talked about it, you've done interviews, you've brought this buzz. And so when you have your launch, have a big, almost like a party. Like when I did my launch, I had a DJ, I had my husband as a chef, and so he catered a wonderful meal. And I did my launch in my hometown. I live in Georgia. I'm from Michigan. So I did it where I could invite a lot of people that I knew. So I had over 100 people. And one thing that I did in the middle of the launch is I went live. And I'm like, okay, I'm at the book launch. We had the music, we showed the food. And I said, you have an hour left to make it to this book launch. And when you come to the summit, I'm going to tell and share with you how my book became #1 the day of my launch. So that's a secret. I'll share with you how it became #1 on launch day. So that's one question. And there's a lot more I'm going to share with you on how to monetize your book at the Funding Your Future Summit. So I can't wait to see you guys there.
Awesome. Ooh, girl, you got me over here excited. I'm ready to know now. I want to know now.
I don't want to summit.
You know I'm playing. Don't be telling nobody. Thank you so much, Dr. Angela. Thank you so much. And I understand that you have other engagements maybe, but if you have to jump off, we just want you to know we thank you and appreciate you taking the time to be here tonight. Okay.
Okay, you're welcome, and I'll hang around a little longer.
Awesome. So glad.
Thank you.
So glad to have you. Thank you. So Miss Veronica, up in center, ma'am, up in center. So we already said that we be doing some of the same stuff, okay? We doing grant readiness, and I did my interview with you, I think a couple of days ago, right? And one of the things, and I don't want you to say too much, but one of the things that I told you I know people need to know more about is the other side of that table, right? What are the grant evaluators and reviewers looking for? Because as a grant writer, as an agency, as a organization, we can think, our applications is the most beautiful work we've ever, put together. And then somebody on the other side of the table is like, this is going in file 13. I don't know if anybody know what file 13 is, but in the military and the government, that's the trash, baby.
That's the trash.
It don't even get, it's in the trash. Yes. So can you share just one tip that you can tell the folks that reviewers look for?
Yes. So yes, as I stated earlier, one of the benefits of working with me is because I've been in all of the seats, the writer, the evaluator, the approver, the closeout, the writing of the RFP. So as an evaluator, I think I told you this the other day, the first and most important thing is follow directions. It sounds so simple, but believe me, a lot of people do not follow directions. And so the most important thing that you must do is read that announcement in its entirety and follow exactly what they are asking for. So many times, like you said, I can tell you as an evaluator, we all know that the grant world is very competitive. And as an evaluator, we're trying to weed out as many as we can. So if we tell you 20 pages and you send us 25, we have two choices: file 13 or just read the first 20. So so I just want to say that is the most important thing, is to just simply follow directions.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We had an extensive talk the other day during your individual interview about that, and how that is so very true. It can sound so simple, but I think the example I told was, it's like a teacher, and Dr. Angela, giving a test.
Yeah.
And in the instructions at the top says, put your name on the top, date the paper, turn it in, and you'll get 100 for the test. But they didn't even read that. They went straight to number one. Oh God, I ain't got but 45 minutes to do this test. And they went straight to answering it. And all they had to do was follow instructions, sign your name, date it, hand it in. You got your 100. Mm-hmm. It's so simple, but it's so true. So yes, ma'am. Thank you, Veronica, for sharing that, giving that tip for those that are interested, like you said, in RFPs and grant applications, and submitting those. So that is very important, a very important tip to share. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So, Mr. Herman, you back on stage with us. Yes, sir. So I know earlier and during your interview with me as well, we were talking about, and you're going to be talking about at the summit, about shelf companies or corporations, right? And I told you probably the only thing I know about that is, everybody doing musical chairs on us tonight, y'all. They're doing musical chairs. I don't know what's going on with the internet, but I'll just tell you all, and hopefully he'll be able to come on before by the time I finish. But I was telling him that all I knew about shelf companies is, when I look at the movies, I like to watch Billion, and those kind of companies, and they talk about shelf companies and all these things, or I see a show, and it's, people are using these to hide money and do all these illegal activities. That's all I know about the shelf company. So I'm so glad he's coming to educate us on this. Oh Lord, so he done jumped off again. So next time I'm gonna hush, and while he on here, we're gonna let him bring his sauce, because obviously he's having some technical difficulties as well. And I believe LaChelle is also. So while we wait for everybody to stop playing musical chairs with the internet, okay, we're going to go ahead and keep this train going. We're going to keep it going. So, Tony, do you have anything you want to share real quick? Because if Mr. Herman is still having issues, we'll probably go ahead and bring Kim on. Yes. So, Tony, go ahead, I guess. We're going to be saying something, even though we the co-host. Oh, he back, y'all. He back. Go ahead, Mr. Herman. You got the floor. Go.
Well, thank you, Nita. So there's something wrong with this set, but what's your question? What specifically you want to know?
Well, we're going to just keep it simple. What is a shelf company and why would someone want? No, that's too much. What is a shelf company?
Okay, good. All right. So most of the panelists probably heard of corporations, whether it's C corps, S corps, LLCs, or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I want you to think of a shelf corporation pretty much is somebody established a corporation and they just placed that on the shelf. I mean, let me explain that to you in better detail, right? So I had clients. I'm going to call them best friends. They really weren't my clients first. I've been knowing one guy over 50 years, and his wife, I knew her for about 25 years. And my friends, they weren't doing so well socioeconomically. They were on Section 8 and they were on welfare. And they had seen me on television accepting an award from the governor. They seen me accepting awards on the SBA. So they invited me over to their house. And I'm thinking that they're going to hit me up for a loan. That's what I was thinking. That the purpose of inviting me over was to hit me up because they had seen it, but it wasn't. The purpose was for them to do better for themselves. And so they asked me, what could they do? And mind you, this is not the first time they've asked me that. I tried to help them some years before, but they didn't do anything with it. But one thing came out of that was that couple of years prior had established a corporation and they didn't do anything with that corporation. It just sat on the shelf. They didn't do anything with it. So we took that shelf corporation and we reactivated it and we added business credit to it. We added business trade lines to it. We beefed up their personal credit. And then this couple who was on Section 8 and welfare using this shelf corporation was able to raise a combined total of $148,000, right? Using the shelf corporation and the credit that we added to it. And now today, that family is no longer on Section 8 or welfare. In fact, they have 4 businesses. They own their own 5-bedroom home. And so they've always been my model of that if somebody on Section 8 and welfare can take a shelf corporation, add personal credit and business credit to it, and move up socioeconomically, anybody can. So a shelf corporation pretty much is a corporation that was established and nothing was done to it other than establishing it. So in a nutshell, it just has age or season to it, but it has nothing inside of it.
Wow, that is amazing. I love the way you broke that down and made it simple for
Thank
somebody like me.
Oh, cut it out.
Like you're talking to a, I'm gonna say a first grader. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. So for that, and I know you're going to be bringing so much more value about that whole topic of shelf corporations and how to get them and why you should get them and how financially beneficial they are, because we talked a little bit about that in your interview with me. So I definitely appreciate you breaking that down so that we can understand that. Well, I can understand it, and hopefully those in our audience will be able to grab a hold of the concept as well. So thank you so much for that. I just want to, I'm going to put a plug in since I got the mic right now. So y'all just give me a second. So the way I met Mr. Herman, and actually when I met him, we actually started calling him Uncle Herman. Because let me tell you, he's just like an uncle to everybody. He helps everybody that he can. You know what I'm saying? And so you can tell he has a giving heart, right? So he started this DIY credit repair, a whole system, a whole university, that he does with this. And I became one of the ambassadors. And I was using that. I was watching them tutorials on the system, and my credit score was going up. I was sending in them letters. I called him. I said, Uncle Herman, do I do it just like it said? He said, don't bother it. That's what everybody do. Put it in like it say. So I was putting it in. My credit score was going up, and bam, life happened. I was telling him the other day, my son, this is the 3rd car they done told us, so y'all know they ain't driving no more cars, right? So, not mine. So, told him a car. I paid the note the next day. I was like, I'm just going to believe God. But, y'all, that was back in August of last year. I was like, I'm not paying this. I'm not paying for no car. I can't even drive. So, I allowed it, and I know it sort of affected my credit. So, it started going back down again, right? And so, just probably, y'all, about 2 weeks ago, they finally settled things. I could send a check to the, to the loan, the lien holder for the car. So I'm thanking God that I'm at the end of the tunnel now, and I'm about to get back in there and start getting my stuff back up. So my plug is now, y'all can do the same thing. The system works. I am a testimony that the system works, and I'm about to do the whole thing all over again. So it's a blessing that you created that for somebody like me that hates to do that kind of stuff, but know that it's necessary to get somewhere like wanting to get a shift corporation, right? So thank you, sir, so much.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome. And I'm glad you touched upon that because a lot of people, they don't understand that their personal credit and their business credit can bring in capital for real estate, capital for businesses and everything else. So I'm glad you touched upon that. Thank you, Miss Anita.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My pleasure. My pleasure. So I know that we've had everybody here. We are all, I mean, I'm just enjoying it so much. I hate to see y'all go. But yeah, we're going to bring up our keynote here in a minute. If you all want to stay. Now, how are you going to do this, LaChelle? Are they going to go back?
We're just going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with Kim.
All right, guys.
All right. And we are going to be joined with Kim.
Yes.
All this technology, okay?
Hello.
Hey, Kim.
How are you all doing?
Good. It
Awesome.
is wonderful to have you.
Yes.
It's great to be here.
Awesome to have you. Yeah, so we've been watching you, Kim, all over California and doing your thing, helping women level up and learn how money works for them. I appreciate you so much for doing the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. It was just an incredible kind of book tour that I just finished in California yesterday. I flew back to Atlanta last night, but started in the northern part of the state and made my way down over the week, all the way down to San Diego, and ended with the news interview that I did in San Diego and a really big women's event that night. And we had a lot of guests come in who had watched the TV interview to come and be part of the event that night.
Oh, that's awesome. Way to definitely build up that visibility. I love that.
Well, absolutely. And what it does is it really confirms that there is a need for financial literacy information for men and women, but for women in particular out there.
So
that
true.
Is awesome. That's awesome. So, Tony, I know you probably have something to say because I appreciate you, brother. You just like, you're my brother from another mother. So I appreciate you. And I appreciate you being the connecting person that brought Kim to us. Even though I can see in the pictures, we both met her in person, but we know you get here all the time and talk to her. So please tell everybody a little bit about Kim.
Well, I met Kim because I joined this amazing financial group called Wealthwave, and I heard about this Kim Schooler. Like, she was just the woman that was helping so many women and families all over the country with her campaign to, is it Only Blue Skies, right? Only Blue Skies. Which was, from what I learned then, was just designed to just let women know that there really is no limit, right? And there are only blue skies ahead for you. So as a financial educator, I have had the opportunity to learn so much from Kim's business practices, her teaching skills, and how she breaks down these concepts to just such simplistic ways for even someone like me to gain some financial growth and development. So it's just been an honor and a privilege to work with Kim. And so when the first book launch happened down in Jacksonville, yes, I and a few people from my team had a chance to be there and just help the event. Got a chance to meet Sharon, the other co-author. And I just got to tell you guys, if you haven't registered for this event, you're going to want to go ahead and do it, because Kim she's everything I said and everything that's in her bio, but she's a really wonderful human being. And she loves seeing our just people grow and develop. She's more than a financial educator. She's more than a writer. Okay. She's a world changer.
I love that. I love that. I don't know if Tony's having some difficulties now, but Kim, we're just you can see that we're just grateful that you're here, and I'm so glad you accepted the invitation to be on the summit. And we don't, I know it's not coincidental, because when I feel like God gave me this vision to have this last year. That this is the second year. I found out, I was like, oh my God, this is financial something month, and then on top of that, it's Women's History Month. So, all of that combined, and then to be able to have you this year, I know it's no coincidence. So thank you so much for accepting the invitation.
Well, it is a really great honor for me, Anita. I just really appreciate you reaching out to me. And, I think the world of what you're doing, your cause, I want to be part of it and help in any way I can. And I just love America's Supermom. Like LaChelle is like my idol. I want to grow up to be just like her. So you all are inspiring women, and I want to be part of anything that you all are part of.
Oh, that is awesome. That is
And
awesome.
I definitely want to say that everything that Tony said is so true. It really resonates with me. I haven't known Kim long, but I do have a copy of her book. I was able to go to the pre-launch and then the book launch that she had here in Atlanta. And it was just a wonderful opportunity to see her in her element, because to me, you can just feel the passion that she has to be able to share all the insights and wisdom that she knows with people that are interested in hearing it. I think I really appreciate how she is able to do that, because not everybody wants to hear what you want to say. I get that a lot of time at home. Right. I still have 10 kids, and I could tell them something. They just like, what is she talking about? And I've learned the hard way that sometimes people aren't ready for it, and so you just have to give them that space and time to receive it when they can. But I do have a question about, being a pioneer. That's what I would say, because, I've heard of How Money Works, the book, and then I was really intrigued. I was invited by a gentleman to come to the launch that was in Atlanta. And I hadn't heard about, How Money Works for Women. So to me, I just think it's being a trailblazer. So when you think about people that are watching now, and they are, even just for women, especially since it's Women's History Month, what advice would you give them about being a trailblazer, doing something different than anybody else?
Well, I loved what Anita said earlier about just doing it scared.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never written a book before. I'm a lawyer. That's my background. I've been a lawyer this year is 35 years. And so I kind of, write like a lawyer. I think like a lawyer, but I didn't want to write a book that sounded like a lawyer wrote it. I wanted to write a book that would be accessible to women, that women would want to read it. It'd be a quick read. It'd give the basic information. It'd explain it in a way that, women would understand. Anyway, I didn't know the first thing. And I wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote, and I had no idea whether what I was writing was good or not. I didn't know whether it was just a bunch of checklists. And I would ask my friends, my colleagues, who were mostly men, to read it. And they're like, I don't know. I'm a man. I don't know. And it was, but you just got to do it scared. I knew there was need for this. I knew women wanted to hear it. I would go, on Amazon. I would go to Barnes and Noble. I would see books for women that were more like textbooks and more complicated. And that's fine. But we women lead big lives and we're multitasking. And I wanted to write a book that shows up for women where they are. And Sharon Lecter, my co-author, who is a CPA, feels exactly the same way. Now, Sharon has a lot more experience writing books than I have. She co-wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki. She wrote 14 other books in the Rich series. She wrote Think and Grow Rich for Women, 3 Feet from Gold, Outwitting the Devil, just to name a few New York Times best-selling books. And she was assuring me, it looks good, it looks good. But it was, she was writing this with me, and I just had no frame of reference. Is this good? Is it just Kim Schooler's crazy brain, writing a bunch of checklists? And it was so well received. We had a pre-launch in Atlanta, then we had the main launch in Jacksonville, and then we did another launch in Atlanta for our Atlanta colleagues. And everywhere we went, the book was so well received. But you got to do what you believe in your heart is right, and you got to do it scared.
That's awesome. So we have Tony back. So Tony, want to give you the opportunity to ask a question because, I could be here all day. I'm like, hey, she's the captive right now. We have her on camera. Let me ask as many questions as I can.
Right. LaChelle, don't forget to look in the chat too to see if we have any folks that have questions also.
Okay.
And I'm looking in the chat as well. But Kim, let me ask you something. We've been circulating, How Money Works, and now How Money Works for Women, the How Money Works series for some time now.
Right.
What do you see are some barriers people may have to actually taking action beyond what they read?
I think the barriers people have to action are all in their head. I think some people would think it's all in their wallet, but it's not in their wallet. It's in their head. So you just have to do it. You've got to start putting money aside. You've got to start doing your research. You've got to start attending events like the upcoming summit to learn more. You've got to network with really smart people like the panelists you heard earlier today. You've got to get out there and do it. Or your Monday is going to be exactly like last Monday. Or your year is going to be exactly like last year. Unless you take the steps in your head and then move your feet. There's nothing we can do for you other than share our knowledge and be supportive. You've got to get it in your head and make a commitment that you're going to make your next Monday different from the previous Monday.
That is awesome.
Drop the mic.
All right.
Literally.
Drop it, leave the stage. That's it. Mm-hmm. That is amazing, Kim. So while you were talking, I was thinking about, because I only have right now, Tony, I still just only have the preview, but I'm not going to blame him. I love you, brother. I love you. It's not his fault though, for real. But seriously, when I was looking through, the preview book, and I was trying to identify, because I loved at the launch you had here, and me and LaChelle knew each other and didn't even know we was in the same room. We didn't even see each other. We're in the same internationally famous book that we are co-authors in the same room. Didn't know it. That's a whole other thing. But I was trying to identify with one of the ladies in the book, and this doesn't really outline them like I thought it would when I was looking through it and reading some of it. But I think one of the ladies that I identified with, I identified a little bit with all of them, right? But Sarah came to mind a lot.
Right.
Not quite sure. I'll be 57 this year. I can't remember her age range or whatever. But I know in the book she talks about, student loans and things of that nature. And I have to be honest. And Tony probably can contest to this because I've talked to him about, things that I need to establish and do. I was scared to even open up the emails to see the bill from the folks,
Right.
And it makes me think about some of the things that was in the book about mindset and relationship with money and all those things. And the quote, I had to write it down that Lucy had in there, and I was like, I love Lucy. But in the book it says, not everything that is faced can change, and nothing can change until it's faced. And when I read that, I was like, oh my God, were they in my email box? Were they in my house when I was scared to open up the email? So like you said, I fear is a lot. It's in the mindset. So can you talk a little bit maybe about why it's important for women to know how money works for them? Just a little bit.
Well, exactly. The book is, it tells the story of 9 different women, 9 characters whose ages range from 19 all the way to 87, and the different things that they go through in their lives. A lot of the things that women of all ages go through are caregiving responsibilities, from raising children to taking care of aging parents to maybe taking care of a sick partner. Those caregiving responsibilities, because of that, it hurts our career opportunities, and because we're willing to sacrifice our own money to take care of people we love, it puts us in a precarious situation financially. And so I celebrate that women are the caregivers of the world, and I want to give them the tools to be able to be a caregiver. That's what she wants to do, but also make sure that she's taken care of financially. So we tell that story in the book. Now, a lot of it, the majority of the book is research data based, but 3 statistics I'll throw out there. Women earn 82 cents for every dollar earned by a man. By 2030, we will control $30 trillion of the wealth in this country. That's 2/3 of the wealth in the entire country. And then last but not least, 80% of women die single, while 80% of men die married. So we have to step up our game. We've got to stop deferring financial decisions. We've got to get better and smarter about money, because in the end, we're going to hold the bag. So we want to do the right things. In addition to being the caregivers, we are the educators. And so we want to educate the next generation and the generation after that with good, solid financial principles.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Kim. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Do we have any questions in the chat? You all see anything, LaChelle or Tony?
I didn't see any. Yeah. But I was we were just gonna go ahead and if you didn't have any more questions, because I know it's time flies when you're having fun, and we definitely appreciate Kim's time this evening. But we were gonna bring the other speakers up so that they could everyone can go around and share a final thought. Say hi to Kim, because they're like backstage, and we would share everybody's contact information. So, all right. So, we're going to do that. We're going to have another little quick commercial, and we'll be right back, y'all.
Are you an entrepreneur, a visionary, a content creator? Do you feel overwhelmed, not quite sure where to start so that you can make the right impact? Join us for the TV Media Tour, May 30th and 31st. This all-inclusive media event will teach you how to leverage your story, your brand, and your mission so that you can amplify that story on TV and other media platforms. Go to tvmediatour.com and register for this unique master experience. It's time to amplify your story. tvmediatour.com. Register today.
All right, and we are back. So thank you guys so much for still being here. Let's see, we have Veronica. These tech issues, you got to love it. You have to be a person who can laugh at themselves and laugh in the middle of chaos. So so happy for that. But thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm really excited. I was just going to share just a little bit. I just want to say that there really are no excuses for the things that you really want to do in life. My husband and I have 15 children, and I have overcome 13 years of depression, 3 hospitalizations, and I'm just passionate about sharing my story. And when we think about, I just think about all the things that Kim just mentioned just for the past couple weeks with the traveling and the book tour. You know, you really get energy and enthusiasm about that when you're passionate about what you're sharing. You know, it's important to be so in alignment with your passion because there are people out there that need to hear it. And marketing is very important with that. So one of the things that I'll be sharing is about the importance of us being visible, you know, getting out there, letting people see what our brand is about. So I think that's something to be mindful of. So just want to take a few moments for everybody to go around and share one final thought and how everybody can get a hold of you. So we will start with Herman.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. No, I like the idea of this panel coming together to promote financial literacy in every aspect of it. I teach financial literacy myself here in Louisiana, and it is so necessary. So first and foremost, thank all the panelists, thank the guest speaker, and thank Miss Anita for putting this all together. So truly appreciate that. I have a website called drshelfcorp.com, DOCTOR shelfcorp.com. If you want to find out more information about Shelf Corporations, go on there and you can fill out the thing and my team will get back with you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Herman. Appreciate you being here. Always awesome to be in your presence. So thank you for sharing so much tonight and looking forward to seeing you at the summit.
We're gonna blow it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So Veronica, can you come off mute and share your contact information and how folks can connect with you?
Yes, first I want to say thank you, Dr. Scoma. I appreciate the information that you shared, and I look forward to hearing more about all the amazing things that you are doing. And I want to grab a copy of that book. But I am Veronica Black, and I can be reached on many platforms, just simply searching Veronica Black and or my company, which is E50 Solutions. So the company website is www.e50solution. That is the letter E, 50 solutions with an S at the end.com. Facebook, Veronica Black, or the company's Facebook page is E50 Solutions. And you can also reach me by email, simply veronica.black@e50solutions.com. Or you can simply call my office also. It's 410-970-2824. And yes, I am in Maryland. So yes, we're going through our normal, I always say living in Maryland, we get all 4 seasons in 1 week. A couple of days ago it was 71 degrees. It is now like 30 something degrees. So
wow.
Yeah. to come. And I look forward to seeing everyone on March the 30th.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you again, Veronica, so very much. I guess we will have our keynote, Kim Schooley. Go ahead if she want to share good ways for people to connect and contact her as well.
Absolutely. So you email me at kim@howmoneyworks with an s.com, or you can go to my website, howmoneyworks.com/Kim. And I guess in my parting words, I would say ignorance is not bliss, knowledge is power. And joining this event on March 30th is a way to get some really great knowledge.
Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you so much. And again, we are definitely excited to have you as well on the 30th. Look, you're going to be representing women everywhere on every corner, and we're about to put it down. So thank you so much for being here and sharing some of those gems with us. Okay. Thank you. So Tony, Mr. Tony,
Yeah.
Mr. Co-host, come on through. Tell folks
All right.
how they can connect with you.
I would just, first of all, like to encourage everybody on here to share information about the event to get more eyeballs on the fact that it's happening. We've had a lot of people to register, but it'd be great to have a lot more because, as Kim touched on the fact, one way to kind of drill in and build up that mindset is to be in the room with other people who may be a little bit further down the road than we are. They get to, another human being, just like me, just like you, is to model a certain thought process of behavior. You make a connection, you can follow them and meet them. And so it's very important to get in the room of these, of like this, that is happening on March 30th. So yes, I'm Tony Guy, and I'm on all social media platforms as Tony Guy. There are not a lot of us out there. But I think I'm the main one. So, but anyway, I look just like this. So please feel free to reach out to me on pretty much any social media platform you can think of. And my phone number and email is there as well.
Thank you, Mr. Co-host. That is the most. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate everything that you bring to the table, and I'm looking forward definitely to seeing you also, because I'm going to be pulling on you, sir, on March 30th for the summit. Thank you so much. So I'm going to end with me, and then LaChelle is going to take us on out. Again, my name, of course, is Anita Newsom. I am the visionary and the host of the summit. And look at Dr. Melissa jumping on. We about to get off, but I'm gonna just let her say hi as soon as I get through my little spiel. So you can reach me on social media anywhere, pretty much as Anita in the Biz, B-I-Z Coach. That's email info at Anita in the Biz Coach. The website AnitaInTheBizCoach.com. So Facebook, Instagram. I don't know why I just want to say Twitter. I'm not active on there, but YouTube and Alignable, LinkedIn, pretty much all of those. And the last thing I wanted to say, well, two things. Y'all better go ahead and register. Y'all see the power that we're going to be bringing on March 30th. You don't want to miss this. You want to be in the virtual house. And to something that Kim last said, she was saying that ignorance is not bliss. That is so true. And that knowledge is power. One more step I want to add to that is, yes, we can have all the knowledge in the world, but until we take action, until we do something with that knowledge, is the time when we can, start propelling ourselves and bringing folks with us at the same time. So I appreciate everything that everyone has brought tonight. And Dr. Melissa, we're getting ready to get off, but I'm just going to let you say about 2 or 3 little words. No, just playing. Go ahead and just tell the folks what your name is, how they can reach you, and just just the topic that you'll be talking about at the summit.
Okay. Another meeting, but my name is Dr. Melissa Williams. A lot of folks call me Dr. Mel. I actually am in the government contracting, been doing government contracting now for over 30 years. So I will be talking to small businesses and also the rest of the audience on March the 30th, about how they can grow and scale their small business with government contracting.
Awesome, awesome. And how can they reach you?
Yes, they can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
Facebook, yes, at Dr. Melissa J. Williams. Yes.
Thank you so much. Even though you were late, I am so glad you had a chance to at least show your beautiful face. So
Yes.
we are looking for you on March 30th as well. Thank you so much for dropping in. So LaChelle, I yield the mic.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. So excited for March the 30th. You guys add that to your calendar. Share this presentation with people. Let them know a little bit about it. You know how, like, you tell your friends, you just need to go. And they're like, well, what's going to happen? Share this video so they can get some insights for themselves. So we want to thank everybody for being here. I am known as America's Supermom. That's actually my brand. So you can find me on all social media platforms. I am just excited to be a part of this wonderful event because, again, sometimes you do things and you're afraid to do it by yourself, right? And so grab a partner, grab somebody that can help you, that can encourage you, so you don't have to do it alone. Grab a friend, have them come with you so that they can hold you accountable as you take these steps moving forward, just little baby steps, a little bit each day that can help you get to the destination that you desire. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. If you have comments or questions, still put them in the chat and we will answer those as we see them come up. But have an amazing evening, everybody. And thanks for watching. Bye.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.